peace and high frequencies, everybody. I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about a topic that I've digested and unpacked today based upon my dream. And I received the revelation while I was driving earlier today on kind of everything that the dream means. So, we go through this life really trying to control every dynamic of it. And when we go into wanting to create or manifest various parts of our lives, we may see it being held up. We may see it not flowing. We may not see a breakthrough because there's something which you probably may not know that's blocking it from coming into fruition. Like, it's like, what in the hell is going on? Why am I not receiving? I know I've been in that space where I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, why I'm not manifesting a particular thing or outcome. And so last night took me through where I have kind of been before in my life, and it brought me back to where I need to go back to. And so I'm gonna talk to y'all about the dream, and I'm gonna go into, it's not a lot, but we have to, just to put it plainly, we have to let go and let God. And when I say God, I'm not coming from the title perspective of a religious standpoint. When I speak of God, that is what a lot of people, title that people put on this energy. But I'm talking about the all-encompassing universal consciousness, that divine energy and information that is in each and every one of us. So when I say God, I'm not coming from a religious mindset. When I'm saying let go and let God, I'm talking about let go and allow that divine energy that is in you, the God self, that source energy, or just that all-knowing, that omniscient, that omnipresent, that energy that take care of us whether we know it or not. Let go and let it do its thing. Like, let go. Just really let the reins go. Okay, try not to be so stagnant and just rigid in your manifesting, because at that point you're causing it to not flow fluidly as it should. And I'm going to what I mean. So in the dream, I had traveled and moved to DC with my ex in the dream. And I had enrolled. I was going to Howard, and in my mind I said I'm going to be in their medical program to become a doctor. And I met up with my ex in a dream, but kind of like in the dream we were together. In this reality, we're friends, but we were high school sweethearts, but we're still friends now. But in the dream we were kind of like together, or like talking about being together, something. But he lives in DC in this reality, and in the dream he was in DC, and he graduated from Howard. But in the dream, I was moving down there to join their medical program, and he had a 1-bedroom apartment. I told him, we need to find a 2-bedroom apartment because, of course, I'm going to need my own space. I don't want to be, in this 1-bedroom apartment. And so we went out, look for an apartment. It was this leasing manager that I spoke to who was Indian, Arabic Indian. And, you know, I had talked them into getting us a lower price on the 2-bedroom, and it worked out because we were going half on the rent. And then in a dream, I remember being in the apartment, seeing my bed, and then calling my parents. Now, I called and spoke to my mother, and I was letting her know that I was there. He got my space, and he had helped me, and that I would be starting school the next day. Well, somewhere within a dream, I hadn't completely enrolled to have financial aid, and so I did not know where my income was going to come from because I had just abruptly moved without having any type of knowing of, you know, how I was going to pay for this, how I was going to, you know, make it happen. I just was like on a whim and hoping that everything worked out. Left my secure job and home to come and just, you know, pursue this dream. And nobody knew, like even my boyfriend in the dream didn't know, my parents didn't know, but nobody knew that I didn't have everything settled. I was just moving, you know, hoping that everything would work out. And so in the dream, I remember the next day just immediately, you know, getting up, getting to it. Like, okay, let me contact financial aid, let me contact the school. And they was having me go through all these different obstacles to actually get everything paid for. And I was just like, you know, I had a little bit of frustration and anxiety because I didn't know if everything was going to work out. So that's the gist of the dream. So I woke up and I was like, wow, that was weird, to say the least. Like, But it takes me back to a point in my life when I graduated undergrad and I moved to Houston, Texas, and I didn't have a job. I was in their pharmacy program, and I was there on a wish and a prayer, and just, you know, knowing that everything was going to be taken care of. Although I did get to complete the pharmacy program because of, you know, some issues with my ex trying to take, you know, custody of my son, and I had to move back here. But it did put me back into the place and the mindset of where I was, you know, at that time in my life, where I was like, hey, if I want something, I'm not going to, you know, constantly try to beat it down and think about it. I'm just going to go out and get it. And so for a lot of you need to hear this as we're running into this just magnetic portal of abundance, of wishes fulfilled that we are going through now in this energy of this year of the 6th of 2022 of the water tiger. I feel like someone needs to hear this, especially talk to myself too, that in this energy portal that we're in right now, that you're going to have to stop overthinking. You're going to have to stop trying to make everything make sense. Somebody could also be battling in their head about moving out of town to take a job offer or go to school or whatever the case may be. You may be stepping out on your own, and you've never stepped out on your own before. You've always, you know, either been under your parents or been under your spouse or mate. You've always had someone there as a comfort, as a safety net, to say. And you've never really been out on your own. So it felt like in a dream, it was like, let go and let God. Like this point in our lives, we have to let go, because we are like, every time we try to control how things are going to go, or in our mind, we think we have some control of how things are going to go, we are constricting the universal consciousness on it being able to do what it needs to do. So just think about this portal just being wide open, full of all the things that you would want to receive. But yet you are trying to control it, or, overthinking or stressing out about it, or anxiety or worrying and not know. You're constricting the universe till you get to a point where there's no more room for the universe to manifest the things that you should have come to you, because you would have never had the thoughts, you would have never had the desire if it wasn't for you, if you weren't in some type of vibrational alignment with that thing that you want to do. So you have to put yourself in a state of allowing. And so you're probably like, okay, what does that even mean? So putting yourself in a state of allowing is, yes, visualization of knowing what you want, having that clear laser focus on what you choose to desire, having that feeling of how it's going to be and the all-encompassing energy of how you're going to think, feel, and react when it actually unfolds itself, being in that energy, but also not overthinking it to a point where you create this worry or anxiety or fear around it not happening. Okay, so it's a fine line between, feeling that energy and loving it and all that is going to reveal itself and how it's going to make you feel when it actually happens, and not going overboard to the fact of you worrying to the point of you're trying to figure out how it's going to happen. I was discussing with someone today about this project that I'm working on, and I was, telling him what my budget was for it, what I'm going to do, what I wanted to happen, And all of the information for this project that I'm working on has been revealing itself to me, and I'm just going in the energy, not thinking about, okay, how am I going to get each person a part of this team? How am I going to put this much into the budget for what I want? How am I going to, or where are the people going to come from that I need to do this, that, and the third? Like, where am I going to find this? I don't think I'm doing this. I'm sharing it. I told him, because he's going to be a part of the project in various ways. And I'm speaking as if, it's already done. Like, I'm in a state of allowing, because I know the universe sent it to me for a reason, and it's going to unfold itself, and it's going to happen. So I don't even have to worry. I just continue to do the work that I need to do for the project and putting the pieces together on my end. And I know while I'm working on what I need to do of completing and getting it done, that a God, universal, all consciousness, source, the creator, however you want to call it and phrase it and put it together, is working for me. Over here, we're co-creators in this thing. The universe, I'm over here doing my due diligence on what I need to get done, that spirit has told me to do. And then I got all universal consciousness over here. Like, okay, I'm gonna put this person in their path. I'm gonna make this person reach out to her. I'm gonna have this person connect with her. Oh yeah, we're gonna have this happen. Universe over here putting everything in my path that I don't even have to think about or worry about it coming or not. And we have to know that. All right, we have to stand in that. If you've been pushed to go back to school to do whatever, or you had some setbacks, for whatever reason, who knows? Different things occur in our lives. We may have to, work at an early age and take care of our family or our children, or our parents. Things occur and happen, but that doesn't mean that life has ended. That doesn't mean that you stop living out your life. That doesn't mean because you're a certain age, you're 55 or 56, that life has stopped for you, that you're 63 and you're 71, that life has stopped for you. Life doesn't stop until you're gone, until you are erased physically from this reality. So as long as you're here and you are breathing and you have energy to move, and I tell this to everybody, I do not do ages. Wherever you are, if you're here, I don't care what age, then you are still here to live out your destiny. There are still more pieces of this page of the book of who you are to be revealed to you. And once it's revealed to you and you have that revelation, it's up to you to allow that revelation to manifest itself in this reality, in this form. That's us living out to our highest potential. All right, not just thinking about it, not just seeing it, not just, laying around the house and like, man, I done got too old for this. Like, never say this. Oh, man, I don't have enough money for this. Never say that. Or I don't have the right people around me. Never say that. When you're in alignment, when you are in alignment and you are allowing, and again, alignment is you being in that energy space, you being in that state of gratitude, knowing that it's already here, like walking in that energy. Like if you want to, let's say if you want to be a psychiatrist, start, giving out, using your social media to post out free counseling quotes or consultations, or talking to people saying, hey, I want to, give you a free consultation. I'm going to offer a free consultation to 5 people who inbox me right now. Start walking in that energy. How does a consultant or a counselor dress, look, feel, act? All of that. You have to be in the energy fully and embrace it. And then all those things start to line up for you to be that title, for you to receive all that is you are to receive as a part of your destiny. So we have to understand the power that we are. If you have the mindset and you know that you are God, that you are divine energy, then you will have a different thought process, and it will not be limiting. So don't have a limiting mindset just because we are put in this physical form. Just know that you are divine. You are divine energy. You are source. You are I am that I am. And you can create anything. And it begins in the thought. Once it's here, then you can bring it out and bring it forth. And that's the beauty of us being gods. Just like the word was made flesh. That's what we do all day, every day. Everything you see in your home, the car that you drive, the spouse that you with, the children that you have, the clothes you have on, your hairstyle, your makeup, your nails, ladies, men, everything, the woman that you're with, the car that you drive, the career that you have, the things that you have brought forth into this realm, the website that you may have, or, your home, all of those things were first a thought. You're like, hey, I want to live over here. Well, I need a car, and I want this color car, and I want to do this and do that. Oh, I want to have children. I know I want a boy, a girl, whatever, you may not have strictly like put so much energy into planning it, and some things just naturally happens because you had the thought and it was part of your destiny. And some people are in relationships and be like, I don't even know how we like even got together. It was just so wild that I end up being at the same, gym or coffee shop or library, or we were in the same class together, and I dropped my book and he picked it up and we just started talking, and it was just like we just connected. Well, that was just, you were in alignment. You were in a state of allowing. You were not constricting the universe on, and you were constricting yourself, because you are universal energy, and consciousness is all knowing. So don't constrict your power. When you let it go, when you're not, constantly overthinking it, and you let go and you let God, then it will happen for you. And I've learned that through my life. And I think I got to a point over the last couple of years prior to 2022 of really like overthinking and constricting and not having a clear laser focus on what it is that I wanted to do and wanted to bring forth to people. And now that I have a clear idea, I have a laser focus, and I'm pushing towards that, and things are starting to be revealed. And the things that are not, I know that it's coming. And so I was just in a group on Clubhouse listening, and we were reading Osho's book, Book of Secrets. And it talks about how we are waves in the ocean. And it also talked about how every 7 years we are new. We have brand new cells. We don't have. So once a child is 7 years old, it starts into a whole new cycle. It's not the same child that it was when it was first born. So every 7 years we are anew. We are renewed. We are new beings. So the same person you was at 14 is not the same person that you are at 21. Same person that you are at 28. You're different. You have been renewed. You have all different cells, skin. Your organs are different. Your hair, everything is brand new. Like you are a different person every 7 years. And I thought that was so powerful. Because I know we shed skin and our hair sheds, our skin sheds, our organs, they renew themselves. But I never knew what the actual cycle was. And hearing that, it was like, oh, wow. Like I started to multiply by every number. And I'm just like, oh my God, 7 times 5. That's 35. At the age of 35, you are new. All right, then the next 7 years, you'll go on that cycle. Then the next 7 years, you're 42. This year, I'll be 42 in June. So I'm just like, I'm walking into a whole new part and existence of who I am. I'm not the same person as we shouldn't be. We should be the same people that we were when we were 28. Every 7 years, we are being reborn. We have died of that old self every 7 years. So I'll be going into this next 7-year cycle in 42 until what? Until I'm 48. No, 49. 7 times 7. All right, until I'm 49. So from 42 to 49, I'll be in a whole different energy space. And you can do it for any age. If you have children, you can look at your child is going to be different at 7 and then 14. We can look at it with our children. Like our children change into different people at 14 than they were at 7. Right? And then when they're 21, they're different than they were at 14. And so that's how our lives are. And we should constantly be evolving, and manifesting and constantly creating, because we are creators. But the only way we can do that, just like my dream simply stated, is just to walk out on it. And in a religious system, it's like walk out on your destiny, walk out on faith, know that you are God, but you have to let go and you have to let God. You are that God, all right? So that is my dream channeling, revelation, information, or whatever you want to call it. But I felt like I needed to hear it from myself again, and that I needed to share it with other people. And whoever needs to hear this message will get to them, and they will walk in their destiny and release so much of the constricting universe from allowing. So that's the message for today. And I just want to leave you in peace and high frequencies.